Hey everybody, Panther0822 here. Wanted to give an official update. I have gotten everything set up with the system that I have. So, barring any further handicaps or anything else, I've got to do a few other confirmations as far as my wife goes to make sure that when I want to start this is going to be good. But as long as scheduling and everything works, I will be starting everything off with a live stream through Twitch. It'll probably be a pretty decent live stream, in between 1 to 2 hours. I haven't quite decided. It is going to be the Knights of the Old Republic game. It's the game that I've got on my MacBook Pro that I can play and that I can record. So I'm going to be playing that. That is going to be the first game that I'm going to play. After that, I'm not entirely positive. I may purchase the second game and then play through the second game so that there's a sequential game one, game two type thing. That being said, one of the things I am going to be getting within the next month, no later than 2 months, is I'm going to be getting a capture card, and then I also, depending on finances, because actually getting a decent gaming PC is a decent investment. I'm going to be getting a gaming PC so that I can actually do PC games. Because as much as I love my Macs, the majority of the games are either made for Microsoft operating systems, or they're made for PlayStation, or they're made for Xbox. So I love my Mac. I would prefer to do things on the Mac. That being said, the majority of the stuff isn't for the Mac, so I've got to make I've got to make the investment so that I can do this stuff and have fun doing it, and hopefully you guys enjoy the journey with me. A lot of this is going to be a self-discovery. I am a casual game player, so whenever I go through and play a game, I always play it on casual or the easiest difficulty, because that's just where I'm at. I play pretty decent or pretty mean video game here and there, but there are some things where I just don't have the skill level for it. So I put it on the skill level where I know that I can beat the game and enjoy the game, and that's what I do, and that's what I hope other people do as well. So the other things we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking the time, and then we're also going to be getting a gaming PC for my wife and my brother-in-law at some point, although he has a PC, so we might be able to make some things work with what he has. But we're also going to be doing some other things. We've been watching a lot of Let's Players do the Dead by Daylight stuff, and so we're looking at actually doing a Dead by Daylight stream and doing that as well. So that is what's going on as far as the current stuff goes. Once I finally actually have the capability, once I have the capture card stuff, once I have that stuff, I will actually be doing a Dragon Age Let's Play. I will be starting at the first game, and I will play through all 3 of the games. I have played and beat all 3 games. So, what I'm going to do, especially for the second game, the first game I'm probably going to play the way that I normally play the game, probably without any deviation. I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to be a human, a dwarf, or an elf. I haven't quite decided. I lean more towards elven characters if given the opportunity. So I will more than likely play an elf in the first game. The second game, you don't have a choice. You play as a human. And that is the way that the game is designed and developed. That being said, I have always played it where I have sided with the mages. I have not gone on the side where I have sided with the Templars. So the plan for the second game, as much as it's kind of against what I typically do, is to actually do a playthrough favoring the Templars, because I haven't seen how that story ends. I've played, like I said, I've beaten the game, so I am pretty positive I know how the game is going to end. However, that being said, because I've not done the Templar side of the equation, I don't know. And that's the point. The point of doing the second game and doing the Let's Play on the second game is to actually go through and play the side of the storyline that I have not played. So that's going to be really fun and exciting, because it's going to put me a bit out of my comfort zone. Actually, probably a lot out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. That's the important thing. The third game. The third game I more than likely will play an elf. Like again, that's usually my default go-to whenever I'm playing a fantasy game and I have an opportunity is I play an elf. So, and as much as I'm a guy, I like playing female characters, although it could have to do with the view. That being said, I may actually just play an elven male character and then go that direction just for those purposes. So that's kind of the setup. I just wanted to actually give a shout out, an announcement. Hey, I've got everything that I currently have up and running to where it works. There's honestly probably still some fine tuning that needs to happen. But a lot of that fine tuning, I honestly probably will need somebody who actually knows the software a lot better than I do. And I've got a friend of mine who does. So what I might do is I might see if he might be willing to come over to my place and we actually play with some things and go through some settings, because there's only so much you can do over a text or over a phone call. It's much better if you're actually physically there to actually see everything and go, oh, okay. Because the other thing is, he uses a PC and I uses a Mac, and then the options, some of the options that I have are not in the same place that they were for him. So I had to go into a different place and do some different things. So anyways, this is a lot longer than I had meant it to be. I meant it to be just a quick shout out. Hey, I'm going to be starting my Let's Plays. Like I said, officially, I should, as long as everything goes well, they should actually be starting Monday. I will be doing it a live stream on Twitch. I will be updating my Facebook so that you guys can see that and plan it out. I have not quite decided when I'm going to do it. Because again, that part of that's going to be actually talking with the wife and actually deciding and working things out. The other part of it is because I live in Eatonville, I have to deal with noise ordinances. So playing at midnight doesn't always work because I have to keep up my speaker volume so that the audio can record inappropriately. It doesn't work at midnight when I have to deal with the noise ordinance, but when it's like normal day, I can, within reason, I can jack the volume up as loud as I need it, which is good. So, but keep an eye out for that. That's the plan at the moment. The plan is to start with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1, then I'll go to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and then they have never released a third game. There have been works and theories and a lot of rumor mill, but there's never been a third game. And if there was, I would just go to that next because I love the two games. The two games are fantastic. So, like I said, that's the plan. So Knights of the Republic 1, Knights of the Republic 2, and then hopefully by that point I should have a capture card and or a gaming PC so that I can actually do the Dragon Age games. Because once I have that, I can go to the Dragon Age games, and then after that, sky's the limit. Like I said, a lot of the games I have and enjoy are the older games, so I'm going to start with what I have, and then I will branch into newer stuff that I will eventually purchase, and then we'll play that stuff. But a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be playing is games that have been out for a very, very long time, and that other people have probably already done Let's Plays. But again, like I've said before, that's the beauty of Let's Plays, is the way that I play Let's Play is different than somebody else. And the way that I do my commentary is going to be different than somebody else, because the reality is I haven't had enough time to discover the way that I'm going to do my commentaries. I've gotten an idea from doing these videos as far as that goes. That being said, when you're playing video games, things work differently, and it drives me nuts when I'm watching a Let's Player and there's background audio and they're talking, which is why I'm starting with games that I know. Because if I start with games I know, I know pretty much kind of when the pre-launch sequence are, or the automated sequences where there's going to be dialogue. So I know when the hell to shut up so that you guys can hear the audio, especially if you haven't seen the game. It'll give you an opportunity to see it and to experience it. So I've rambled long enough. So that's a plan. Starting Monday. I don't know when Monday, but I know it'll be Monday. I know that. So anyways, my brain completely freezes out. Woo! Yay! Anyways, that's the plan. So peace out.